is the Pilgrims Journal, Steps to Christ series, God's Love for Man. During the peak of the pandemic, a group of us went out on the mission field to hand out tracts. I met a gentleman whose response to me offering him a Mark of the Beast tract without a mask was that I wasn't a Christian and did not love my neighbor if I was going to put him at risk. If I'm a recipient of God's love to then offer it to others, what does that look like? Well, it looks like divinity clothed with humanity. It looks like the Lamb that came to take away the sins of the world. John 12 verse 32, and I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. Our rebellion placed God in a similar position as we are when confronted with someone who does not want to know the truth. And God, in answer to that, sent Christ, the express image of his character to those he wanted to save. Calvary is that pinnacle of revelation of God's sacrifice for our salvation, but there's a leading up to it. The life of Christ was in every action of long-suffering, mercy, and compassion, the outpouring of God's love to man. Love, in its truest sense, has to be expressed, and so Christ lived out and died the ultimate demonstration of love. At any point of our day, we can judge our action and motive of heart to the standard of our Redeemer, for we are to be followers of him. So the question is, do I love? Do I love my neighbor as myself? Do I love my God with my heart, soul, and mind? Does even my words to my enemy and persecutor have forgiveness entangled within them? In understanding that Christ gave his life for me, do I give my life for him and others? Galatians 2 verse 20, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me, and the life which I now live in the flesh I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Our way of life, our interaction with people, our choices in the places we go, the conversations we have, what we wear, even our eating and drinking should be in perfect harmony with the way, the truth, the life, because it's not my life I am to be living, but Christ. Which aspect of our lives should we not allow Christ into? Our workplace, our trips to the supermarket, driving in the taxi, the church brother or sister we don't agree with? The gentleman who accused me of not loving my neighbor because I had no mask on was like the thief on the cross who told Christ to prove himself by becoming what the crowd thought he should be, a conquering king instead of the sacrificial lamb. But love does not mean compromise, because love is the undiluted truth, even in the face of blood-curdling hate and deception. I wonder if you understand what I'm getting at. Every act of Christ had its motive embedded in the love he has for fallen man, and that transformative power of his love in us will change us completely. That our every act will have its motive embedded in love we have for God and our fellow man. If we allow him, the love of God will subdue us to love like him, even those who hate and persecute us. His love will transform us to become like the likeness of the eternal, perfect Creator, and that, beloved, is the greatest miracle of them all. Live out thy life within me, O Jesus, King of kings. Be thou thyself the answer to all my questionings. Live out thy life within me, in all things have thy way. I, the transparent medium, thy glory to display. Live out